We all have our tendencies to speak either fast or slow, loud or soft, but the goal is to find a happy medium for your pitch. The goal when perfecting your volume and speed is also to be cognizant of how you may be able to elicit emotion from the audience in doing so. Determining the perfect volume for your presentation means assessing your environment. Where are you going to be giving your pitch? In a small conference room or in a large lecture hall? Will you have access to a microphone to speak into, or will you be having to project your voice yourself? How large is your audience? How far away will your audience be sitting? It is crucial that your team be able to answer these questions. Much like determining if you're monotone or not, it can be difficult to determine for oneself if you speak too fast or too slow. So similarly, either record yourself or better yet, use your team members as a resource to evaluate your speed. If you are too fast, your audience will not be able to understand the information you're saying. If you speak too slow, your audience will become bored and disengaged. A happy medium is the goal. Now, once you've found your happy medium, consider varying up your speed and volume to create emphasis. Now, what do I mean by this? If you're making a key point that you want your audience to focus on and really understand, then pause after making that statement. Pause to let your audience take in what it is that you just said. If you don't pause for a second, it just seems like any other old statement, but now you've created that emphasis. Better yet, you can even put this into your outline as you're rehearsing. After an important sentence or slide in your deck, maybe you write pause in all caps afterwards, as a reminder to yourself to pause at that point. The same thing applies to volume. If you're trying to make a key point, maybe you increase your volume just slightly to recapture your audience's attention. Now, don't get too crazy with your volume and speed when trying to create emphasis, but it is something to consider. Another effective way to create emphasis in your presentation is to use repetition strategically. Now, you can use repetition throughout your entire pitch, but typically you will see it used most often at the beginning and the end to either hook or recapture your audience's attention. So what do I mean by this repetition? What I really mean is that you repeat either certain words or even certain phrases. If I were Airbnb, an example of this may be saying, travelers want luxury, travelers want convenience, and travelers want these features for cheap. Notice how the repetition and the pausing creates emphasis. The audience would know that what I'm saying is important, and they would also have the time to take in and absorb all that it is that I'm saying.